We're live for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's go. I will say Manchester United will be going on halfway through because Manchester United play Newcastle. So I will have that on. But for the first half an hour, it is just F1. It's just F1. So we've got the hardest compound of tyre. A part of me kind of wishes we went one step softer, because I think a way we talked about this in Suzuki. You know, everyone wants to do mandatory 2 stops for strategy because it's hard to overtake in tracks like Suzuka, which I completely get. But what I will say is just going a step softer with the tyre compounds is going to incentivize more strategy anyway. So why not just do that instead of doing a mandatory 2-stop and fixing a race? Just go one step softer with the tyre compound and jobs are good. Bob is your uncle. Right. So, in my opinion, that is what they need to do. Will they do it? You know, I don't know. There's obviously going to be more. Tracks like Qatar, where the tyres literally blow up, maybe isn't a fantastic track to do it at, because we don't want another Silverstone 2013, right? But where it's safe, I think go a step softer. I think it incentivize more challenge for drivers. We're on the starting grid right now. One thing I think is interesting to look out for is Max Verstappen and Lando Norris next to each other. That's going to be interesting. Obviously, 2 championship rivals at the moment. Whether Max will stay in that fight, we don't know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Charles Leclerc second on the grid today because of George Russell and Kimi Antonelli's penalties, which was really ridiculous. I don't know. I'm sure me and Jack will talk a lot about that in the post-race pod. And of course, Piastri on pole. Lando's saying that Piastri is going to lap everyone before he gets to the podium spots. Probably could. I think if we want any sort of chance at a race here, I think Leclerc or Russell needs to send it into turn 1. Yeah, I think they do. But yeah, we'll see, won't we? A safety car could spice things up. Martin Brundle just mentioned a safety car. We'll see, won't we? We'll see what happens. But it's a bit of a ridiculous grid penalty for the Mercedes, I think. I think it was more of a team fine. I'd expect in that situation, I think you expect a team fine, not driver penalties. So it wasn't necessarily Russell and Antonelli's fault. But yeah. Just had a message. So yeah. Best ever start in Bahrain, and for Max Verstappen, he started 7th 8 previous occasions, has finished in the points 7 of those times, including victory at Monza. You remember in 2022, started 7th and came home to win from that position. But his Red Bull looks a much different car that weekend than it's looked so far here in Bahrain this weekend. Plenty of support races, so the grid boxes have all got a lot of tyre rubber on them. And they like to lay a bit of rubber down as they lead to the car back a bit, so they can sort of clear the Formula 1. Ah, there we go. On the grid slot might give them a microsecond or 2, but you're not allowed. The possible race strategies: soft and mediums are the two. What they're saying, more likely to start on. We'll have to see. Does anyone have the hard tyres on? I can see a few soft. There's the Drivers' Championship at the moment. Russell is in there as well. You know, if Mercedes bring a decent upgrade package within the next few races, George Russell is 100% in that championship fight.
You know, and if Antonelli gets up to speed, you know, you can't count him out. So there is, you know, Mercedes aren't too far away. I think they've quietly been going about their business of Mercedes. Very quietly been going about their business. They're definitely the second fastest car, I think. So, yeah, they're one to look out for. You know, if they bring a decent upgrade package where they can challenge McLaren, I would not count Mercedes out from potentially even winning the constructors, or it'd probably be Russell winning the drivers, I think. But obviously, you know, that McLaren is a rocket ship at the moment. But then again, that Red Bull was last year, and McLaren ended up winning the constructors, and Norris had a chance to win the drivers. So, you know, I would not count out Mercedes if they can find the pace. They're almost there. So the previous wins then, 2024 and 2023, of course, was Max Verstappen, Leclerc 22, Hamilton 2021, and of course that immaculate win from Sergio Perez in 2020. Arguably the race that got him the drive for Red Bull the following year as well. So good race. We've had some good races for Bahrain in recent years. Good overtaking opportunities here. It's not a thin circuit. It is quite wide. I think this is one of the only circuits on the calendar that is suited to the cars we have now. But we'll have to see what Oscar does off the start. If he can get away well, then that's good for him. But if we want any chance at a race, I think Leclerc or Russell has got to make a move into turn 1. But let's have a look. Max Verstappen's taking his sweet time to line up on the grid here. Max will want to get in front of Lando as soon as possible. Hamilton will want to make places up here as well. So we'll see. Hamilton does go well around here in the race. But qualifying just isn't his thing at the moment. I don't know what is going on. But yeah, if Hamilton can sort his qualifying out, I think Ferrari sort themselves out. I mean, then we could be in for a cool championship, but, you know. Let's see. Here we go. All the cars are lined up. We are ready for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here we go. 5 lights. Here we go. Russell's got a good getaway. So does Leclerc. Russell's going for it. Oh, he locks up. Oh, he nearly goes into the side of Piastri. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, Norris has had a good start. Bloody hell. Wowee. What's Norris done? He's on Leclerc. Norris is into 3rd. What a start from Lando Norris. Wowee. What a start. What's happened to Hamilton? He's behind Tsunoda. There's Gasly and Antonelli. Antonelli's gone on the runoff. Gasly's got the position. Sainz is making a move down the inside of Kimi Antonelli. Pushes Antonelli wide. Wow, okay, Norris. That's exactly what he needed to do. And here comes Max Verstappen. Oh my goodness me. Hamilton's got past Yuki Tsunoda. Russell almost got in front of Piastri. But that's exactly where Norris needs to be at the end of lap 1, 3rd, which is absolutely ridiculous. He started 6th and he's now 3rd. I want to see an onboard from Norris's POV. Like, wow. The RB's fighting. Right, so it is just soft and mediums for the whole grid. The top 3 on softs. Leclerc going long on mediums. So is Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. So that's probably why he didn't have as good a start as the rest of them. There's a lot of smoke coming from that McLaren. There's a lot of smoke coming from that McLaren. But here we go. DRS now enabled, and it will be for George Russell. Albon making places. Oh, the Haas locks up. Oh, we got it. We got a lot of overtaking. It's happened, boys. It's happened. So fantastic start from Norris. Good start from Sainz, up into 6th place. And the Saubers go wheel to wheel. Oh, and Bortoletto locks up. Hulkenberg's had a torrid start. Behrman's had a good start as well. So, Verstappen down to 8th. It's not what Verstappen needed. Not at all. Antonelli, poor start from him. But Russell up where he needs to be. Norris up where he needs to be as well. Chasing Kimi Antonelli is Max Verstappen. There we go. Ollie Behrman from last place all the way up into 15th. So good haul of positions for him. Russell is now out of DRS of Oscar Piastri. However, Lando Norris is within the DRS for George Russell. There we go. Lando opens the DRS, gaining. There is a lot of smoke coming out from that back of that McLaren. What is going on? I don't know if it's just the dust he's kicking up, but... Oh, there's a tyre. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke coming out of that McLaren. I don't know what's going on there. Everyone is locking up. Albon is now up into 13th. So Williams have had a fantastic start to this race. And Norris is going to want to dispatch Russell as soon as humanly possible. Because he's not going to want to let his teammate get away from him here. Oh, Lando Norris might have a penalty because of you. Oh, Lando! I thought you had such a good start as well. Oh, Jesus. Norris out of position at the start. So, that's usually a slam dunk. Usually is a slam dunk. And Pierre Gasly is right on the back of Charles Leclerc here. He's not too far away. Lando is braking late, thinking about a move.
That's a 5-second or a 10-second penalty for that? At least, yeah. That's he is beyond his start box.
Lando will be getting a penalty here. Lando will be getting a penalty. He's got to get on with it. Hamilton struggling for grip. Yeah, struggling for grip. But he's keeping with Verstappen. He's not dropped off the back of him.
Showing the benefit of DRS, Martin, isn't it? Because he's got that DRS on Charles Leclerc, which around a lap, if you get DRS on all three sectors, is worth about 0.7 of a second. So that's keeping him very much in touch with the Ferrari. Jack doing back there, he needs a solid race this weekend, running Pete in there.
Yeah, Gasly's very close to the back of Leclerc.
Hamilton in the Ferrari. Piastri from Russell and from Norris is the top three, and to confirm Lando Norris is now under investigation.
Lando is now under investigation. Gasly brakes as well late. Oh, and there goes Sainz on Kimi Antonelli. Sainz and Antonelli. And Kimi Antonelli will now have the DRS. Sainz is going to have to defend from Max Verstappen, who tries to come all the way around the outside. Oh, it's going to be close. Is he going to... Oh, Sainz has almost pushed him off the track, and Max is through. Oh, good racing. Hard racing. Close racing. That was close. I was touch and go. I don't think that's a penalty. I really don't think that's a penalty, but it was close, yeah. Let's have a look at this race start then. So, Lando out of his grid box. I mean, out of his grid box or not, he has had a fantastic start. I mean, look at that. And then, so he goes through the middle of Sainz and Antonelli. Russell locks up, and yeah, Lando, right place, right time, ahead of Leclerc. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, and the Hadjar gets bogged down as well. Yeah, he is. Max is laughing at him. I love it. Max is just like, this is jokes. Yeah. 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 That's fair. This is the view from Carlos Sainz, who's now in 8th. He got past Max. Yeah, it's a slam dunk penalty, isn't it? Oh, and then Max got back past Hamilton. Here's Oliver Behrman from 20th to 14th. I mean, what a start from Behrman. Behrman put himself in a nice position there, didn't he? He got right in there, stuck in. This is the battle between Antonelli and Sainz. When he actually goes for it. Wowee! Bloody hell, Kimmy! This is the pass from Max on Carlos Sainz. Sainz, ooh, and it's close. But he got the move done. Yeah, there we go. So, close, very close. Kimi Antonelli just threw it down the inside of Carlos Sainz. In comes Isaac Hadjar for an early stop. There we go. Out comes Hadjar. So it's an interesting race now because they're all very close. I mean, Piastri hasn't completely dipped. I mean, he's 2.5 ahead of Russell, but he isn't 10 seconds down the road as we all thought he would be. So Leclerc's struggling with the medium a lot. Is the hard going to be any better? Really? I don't think so. Yeah, Lando, 5-second penalty. It was a slam dunk, isn't it? You know, it's not surprising at all. That's fair. Leclerc struggling on the medium, says Pierre Gasly. That means Hamilton will be as well. Hamilton got to dispatch Sainz ASAP. Yeah, Norris needs to get past George Russell. He needs to get past Russell here. This is crucial.
we've been given a 5-second penalty for out of position on the grid. If we can get past Russell, we need to try. We will recover these positions.
Yeah, so Norris is pushing, you can see now. Norris is absolutely going for it. Oh, he does, yeah. Max saw it.
Max didn't miss anything, does he? No, the Qatar last year, he somehow drives everybody else's car as well as his.
Yeah, Max is. Max was vigilant. Let's put it that way.
Lando Norris has just been on the radio saying, "My pace is very good. I'm speed fast." So I think he's got the pace.
He had a wobble into there though.
The other McLaren, he needs to find a way.
Oh, he did exactly the same lap 5 times as Russell. Yeah, Russell just needs to keep him behind because then Antonelli. I mean, let's look at Hamilton and Sainz. Hamilton's very close to the back of Carlos Sainz. Oh no, he's dropped away a little bit. Here comes Hamilton. Ocon's in the pits. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. He's very close though. And here comes Hamilton. Oh my goodness me! Sainz pushed him all the way to the inside. Oh, and Hamilton's done him that. Good racing from both of them. And there's Yuki Tsunoda as well. He's going to get involved. Oh, it's not. It's Yuki Tsunoda. Crofty. It's Yuki behind Hamilton. Not Max Verstappen. There goes Lewis Hamilton. And Yuki Tsunoda comes past Carlos Sainz. He got out on the rough, and now he's got Jack Doohan for company. Piastri saying he's starting to struggle. Here comes Antonelli. He's going to send it on. Ooh! Well done, Kimi. Gasly's got the position still. Will he have the DRS? He does have the DRS. Doohan comes in. Here comes Antonelli. He's going to force him the long way around. Antonelli's going to do the cutback. Oh, it's brilliant racing. Well done, Kimi. Well done. Beautiful move from Kimi Antonelli there. Well done, Kimi. And Max is there now on the Alpine. It's news that the Ferraris want to hear. Soft's starting to struggle, says Ferrari, says Ricciardo. Oh, Max is definitely coming past here. Here comes Max. Oh no, he's not. Gasly does have DRS. When Max is sliding on the exit there. And Hamilton's really pushing for Max Verstappen now. Look at that. And that's what Verstappen battling with Gasly's done. Hamilton's closed 2 seconds to Verstappen. Norris is in the pits. They're going to hold. In comes the Red Bull as well. In comes Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly. On goes the hard tyres. Oh, poor stop from Max. Poor stop from Max Verstappen. And on goes the hard tyres. Gasly still out in front. And so is Lando Norris. So hard tyres for Max. Is it the mediums for Lando Norris? Mediums for Pierre Gasly. Hards for Max Verstappen. Comes out just in front of Jack Doohan.
Max Verstappen a little bit longer stationary in his pit box than he wants.
Certainly looked that way, didn't it? And remembering, of course,
Oh, and here comes the Haas.
you said they only
Esteban Ocon.
for the weekend, so they haven't used them basically. They've got two brand new.
Well, he's still going for it. He's going for it. Oh, and he can't make the move.
Living rooms of France, people now hiding in
And Max Verstappen, slow stop for him, now finds himself behind the Haas of Ocon.
together a few times too many, and they are now racing.
And Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon are now together on the track. What is gone on with Carlos Sainz here?
Esteban Ocon. Let's just have a little look at what happened.
What happened with Max Verstappen?
There was a red light on, so he was held at the pit box. Just watch the
So-
lights. Tyres come off. It's still red, and he goes before there's any green there as well.
Yeah, and they weren't holding him
So this is Hamilton.
pit lane with the unsafe release risk.
Oh, he got so close to the back of Sainz there, didn't he?
Lewis Hamilton, isn't it? That's moving around a lot, that Ferrari. Every time we've gone to Lewis, he's been fighting the car whilst overtaking others.
And he is ahead of Carlos Sainz.
Oh,
You see, Lewis Hamilton's
the car just does not look stable. That's Yuki Tsunoda,
put a set of medium tyres on. Here
and he'll come out almost in last place, will Yuki Tsunoda.
it's just he went when the light was.
So Piastri stayed out.
He had a call from the pit wall to say he can't go.
Like a malfunction, didn't it?
Yeah.
So Tsunoda actually had one new set of each medium hard.
So Piastri stayed out. Russell's stayed out. Antonelli, Leclerc have stayed out. Hamilton stayed out. Albon, Sainz, Behrman, Alonso, Lawson, Stroll, Bortoletto, all still haven't pitted. Norris is the net leader of the pit runners at the moment, and he's about to overtake Gabriel Bortoletto quite easily. Gets it done.
Works well here. If you stop,
And I think this is now the time for the medium runners to make the most. And in comes Kimi Antonelli.
Kimi Antonelli comes into the pit.
Hamilton's made some ground up on him.
Racing inside.
Norris and McLaren will be hoping that the 6 cars in front of him pit soon. Otherwise, he's got a lot of overtaking to do. Despite the fresh tyres.
They'll also be hoping
And away goes Antonelli on the medium. So we've got a lot of split strategies here. Verstappen on the hards. In comes Lance Stroll. Gasly does the fastest lap. Norris does go through on Kimi Antonelli. Does Max Verstappen. Max doesn't go through on Kimi Antonelli. However, Kimi Antonelli on fresh new mediums is right up behind Max Verstappen on the older, harder tyres.
If he can keep pumping in some lap times, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen flying as well on his hardcore.
Verstappen done the fastest lap of the race. He is flying. Ocon is holding Max Verstappen. And Antonelli will be fancying his chances here. Let's have a look at Yuki. Did he have the same issue with the light?
potential malfunction for Max Verstappen. Do they bring a spare light down for Tsunoda? Oh, it's flashing then. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so malfunction in the pits for Red Bull. Both cars held longer than they needed to.
Yeah, so Red Bull is
Oh, and Antonelli is now in the DRS of Max Verstappen. Verstappen being held by Esteban Ocon.
pit stop with Max Verstappen, which is
So every car till Lawson still hasn't pitted yet. I wonder when we'll see the Ferraris in. In comes George Russell. Piastri is still out. I reckon Piastri, we'll see Piastri in the next lap. Because the undercut seems to be quite strong here. Russell's had good pace though. I'll go with the medium tyres.
The medium tyres sort of tells me Mercedes looking at a two-stop as well, Crofty, isn't it, at this stage?
Through goes the Williams cars. Through goes Behrman. There's Norris.
Behind the
Will he be out in front of Norris?
Axel, but at the moment,
There's the Aston Martin. He will. Norris goes for the overtake on Liam Lawson. And he is out in front.
it came down to 24 and a half, so
There we go.
They have waited one lap longer, Martin. That would have been a position swap.
Yeah, but let's not forget also, although Lando's got the
Through goes Russell on Fernando Alonso.
into his 5-second penalty with that as well. So they tried to get the track position we were talking about, didn't quite work out because Mercedes saw that one coming with the lights and bells and just
There we go. Russell out on the fresher tyres.
So the FIA stewards
And Verstappen locks up.
we'll talk about it. Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. Remember at turn 4, did Max overtake on
Antonelli is all over the back of that Red Bull. The Red Bull's all over the back of that Haas.
I think that investigation might well have been,
And in comes Piastri.
was he left enough space by Sainz as well? So they've got to pick Piastri now, otherwise they're going to lose track position to both Russell and Norris.
into the pits?
In comes Oscar Piastri. He should come out in front of George Russell. You'd imagine so. Through goes Charles Leclerc. And I'd imagine through goes Hamilton as well. And through goes both the Williams. I would imagine so. Oh, you know what? It could be close. In comes Carlos Sainz. And I don't know if Alex Albon's going to be out ahead of Alex Albon. I think Albon has not. He's not ahead. Oh, and there's Russell. So that's quite close. Norris gets past Fernando Alonso.
Norris is getting past Fernando Alonso. Sainz makes his stop for the Williams team.
Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Right, Man United's going on.
Go on. I like this, Martin. We've got a change in strategy. Different tyres at different times, and that always gives us a bit of action and overtaking.
Surprising how much, although Norris had to pass along, surprising how much he lost to Russell on that previous lap. So Russell coming up and finding pace.
Man United is on. Being Diaz in goal. Come on, Alte. Go on, Alte.
Yeah, you don't sense it's working that well for Red Bull, do you?
Dallo Ugarte, Fernandez, Harry Amas. Okay. Okay, Garnacho and Ericsson. There's Antonelli on Albon. Xerxes up front.
Might be a bit of tapering down there as someone's had some contact. George Russell getting past Alex Albon. Russell
Shaw's on the bench.
so far. Albon
The bench is looking more full.
on those Red Bull slow pit stops. It did actually cost both Tsunoda and Verstappen a place. Verstappen came out behind Ocon, who's yet to pit, and they thought they'd beat Ocon. Verstappen's still behind Ocon, and Yuki Tsunoda came out behind.
Right, Ferrari are coming out with the media. Oh no, they're going back in.
He's recovered the place that he lost after that slow pit stop. But luckily that's an automated system. Once all the
Okay, so Ferrari are 1 and 2 at the moment.
rear jacks
Are they going to try and go for a one stop? Is that going to be the play? Are Ferrari going to try a one stop? Could that be a thing? Do you reckon? Oh, that's a one stop. Ferrari are going to try a one stop.
back to the Ferrari filing cabinet of strategic options.
I think Ferrari could be on a one stop here. I really do. I really think Ferrari could be on a one stop. I think both of them could be on a one stop.
How far they could get, but they're in the 138s, and the pace now with fresh tyres is in the 137s. Hamilton's 39.2 in fact, so they're going to lose a second a lap now until such time as they hand those tyres in with no part exchange price and no warranty whatsoever.
So Leclerc and Hamilton
And Kimi Antonelli.
first laps in the lead of a Grand Prix since Austin last year. Piastri runs third ahead of Russell. Albon's fifth, who hasn't pitted, and Lando Norris, who was only about 5 seconds behind his teammate Oscar Piastri. He was at the end of lap 15. That's 5 seconds extra in the pit stop, and he was only 4.4 seconds behind when the pit stop round started. So he's done very well by pitting early to make up that time deficit, but does he pay for that by using his tyres a bit longer towards the end of the race, and is that where Piastri comes into his own? Sainz there.
Sainz getting past the stake.
On Nico Hülkenberg into 15.
And Albon pitted out of the way of Norris there, so Norris has just gone
What's Newcastle doing?
up the road now. The two Ferraris are out front, but they'll so
Ferrari's the only ones not to stop now. In comes Albon. In comes Fernando Alonso.
Comes Alex Albon.
Oh my god, Newcastle scored, but it's offside.
Meanwhile, on the track, Max Verstappen has Kimi Antonelli
Oh, Verstappen and Antonelli!
running in a place, and with the ability to go to the end of this race, although that will be a Herculean task to do a one-stop from that early on.
I think Ferrari could 100% be doing a one-stop, without a doubt.
But Antonelli is chasing him here and is in the mood for an overtake or two. The young man
Without a doubt. Ferrari got to do a one-stop.
just looks forward to it.
Ferrari have to do a one-stop. No doubt about it.
One stop. He wants to go one stop, doesn't he? Yeah.
He does. And I'd do a one-stop personally.
They are committed to a two-stop because he started on the mediums, he's going on to the mediums again.
No, Leclerc's not doing a one-stop. They're both pitting.
By putting another set of mediums on.
Well, they'll be very fast through this phase, won't they? But they'll need to be to catch that gap up. They double stacked the Ferraris because they were 9 seconds apart, so they could do that quite comfortably.
Oh, they fumbled it. They're Ferrari. I think a one-stop with something different.
Will they get a payback? Will they get some dividend? I mean, Lewis coming up there behind Yuki Tsunoda as well. And will he manage to stay ahead of Hadjar and Sainz? Yes, he will.
Yeah, well, there's Carlos Sainz on the racing bull of Isaac Hadjar. And so Charles Leclerc has got out ahead of Esteban Ocon. That's crucial. Lewis Hamilton comes out behind Tsunoda.
Verstappen's got no grip.
That is a swayed Ferrari's decision there. Because Verstappen's struggling on
Verstappen's got no grip. Antonelli is all over the back of him, and he cannot get past Esteban Ocon.
Remind you, you get 2 sets of those for the entire Grand Prix event. And so this is the first time Max has used them around this track.
It is because he saved that too. Now, here's Liam Lawson.
Ooh! Behrman, unsafe release.
Going out of his pit stop. That's a 5-second time penalty for Ollie Behrman, I think. No, they just reposted the 5-second time penalty for Lando Norris on the timing screen. So there you go. And to say it's been served, I think that is right. Ted,
I watched that release of the Haas and the RB, and I thought for a moment, a bit tight, but actually it looked quite fluid on the replay. I think Haas and Behrman will feel a bit hard done by if they get done for an unsafe release. That looked okay.
So Ferrari have got to make up places here. They've got to be quick. Here comes Hamilton on Yuki Tsunoda. Through goes Hamilton.
So, Shandok at Sky Race Control have Ferrari, I wonder, looked at Max Verstappen's struggles on the hard tyre and thought, no, we need to switch this around from our original intended strategy.
And Verstappen's really struggling on those hards.
I think that is the case, Tom.
Here's Carlos Sainz on Isaac Hadjar. Ooh, good move.
Didn't we in real time, Carlos Sainz getting past Isaac Hadjar and making his way ever closer to the top 10.
Yeah, Verstappen's not exactly flying past Esteban Ocon, is he? Which is you'd expect in the case of the Red Bull. So I think that is what's happened. But
Leclerc on Gasly.
they dropped Lewis Hamilton behind Jack Doohan, so he's lost out in terms of track position. Charles Leclerc is still hanging on to that 4th place, so the timing worked out just about right for Leclerc to stay ahead of Gasly, crucially, and his tyres now 7 laps newer than Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly.
And you might be wondering why Esteban Ocon is currently running 6th. He came in for a fairly early pit stop and produced a decent undercut, but he's been on those tyres now for 10 laps. Might start to struggle a bit earlier than others, but that's it's a good bit of strategy there from the Haas team just to get it a bit further ahead and track position.
Leclerc fastest man on the track, just 7.8 seconds off.
Leclerc is flying.
A second out of that lead, so he's got good track position and the tyre.
And here comes Antonelli on Verstappen. Verstappen defending for his life. Antonelli goes wide. Does the ooh, and Antonelli's got the curb there.
Antonelli might be coming back at him again to just under 3
Here he comes again.
That gap is diminishing all the time because here comes Antonelli with the aid of DRS
Oh, he's got the move. Max won't give this up though.
Almost will to will to the first part of those corners.
And through goes Antonelli.
Before the young Italian moves ahead.
Well done, Antonelli.
Balls in the garage. Little shake of approval from Bono, his race engineer.
That is going to terminology, may I use, make Max very unhappy indeed, shall I say.
Yeah. He's certainly struggling here. The man is
I mean, Max will still have DRS back on Antonelli.
every lap. The last
So if he can keep within 5 or 6 tenths, he could come back at him down the straight. Leclerc's flying, Hamilton's flying. Hamilton's done the fastest lap of the race. But Ferrari do have to go either to the softs or the mediums at the end.
lap 21 of this race, or start lap 21 of this race, with Oscar Piastri leading by 4 seconds. Lando Norris starting to close on George Russell.
Everything is overheating, says Max.
Says Max Verstappen, and also
It's not.
a warm night.
That Red Bull is not enjoying this Grand Prix.
Yeah, so Max Verstappen just losing a bit more pace. 9th place, Jack Doohan. So going really well in the other Alpine. Pierre Gasly P5, but Pierre Gasly can't close on Leclerc.
Yeah, Verstappen's not going to be able to do much here.
Look at his lap times, edging ever closer to George Russell. This is going to turn into a fight very soon. Will he be able to get past him? He missed it. Commentator's curse. He's just lost 3 tenths to George Russell in the first sector.
Leclerc's closing on Norris though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But obviously, Leclerc on the fresher tyres. I mean, where's Ocon come from? Has Ocon pitted? Because if he has, how has he ended up 6th?
So what we watch now is Leclerc. I think he might just start cruising up on the gearbox of Norris, who's not very far from the gearbox of Russell. So Ferrari on those fresh tyres, by keeping him in a decent
United are on the attack.
position, because Lewis was 9.5 behind him, remember?
Oh, what's Dallo done there?
All the difference as Lewis Hamilton there, shaping up for a pass on Jack Doohan.
Wish we'd have heard that whole message from Max Verstappen, because I think it ended with everything is overheating, including me. He is not happy tonight at all.
Here comes Hamilton.
You know, to actually, I mean, to have the 18-year-old literally, right, okay, you go there, I'll just go around the other side of you then. Will have infuriated him.
The thing is, Doohan is also in the DRS of Max Verstappen, so Hamilton might have a little bit of trouble here in the DRS zone. Unless he goes for it, which he does! Hamilton dives! Oh, good move, Hamilton. Well done, Lewis. And with Verstappen's troubles, he should also be easy work, I'd imagine, for Lewis Hamilton.
Still gets DRS up the hill. And, well,
Not far behind Max Verstappen
it's
now
not,
as
is
well.
he? He's on his way to Max's, well, there's the story.
Here comes Behrman.
On his way to Max's gearbox now.
This is Ollie Behrman and Isaac Hadja, Racing Bulls against the hats that we're riding on board with. You see there how you lose so much grip coming out of turn 3 if you're that close to the car in front, but that's certainly not put Ollie Behrman off. He's going to try and go the
Behrman.
round the outside.
It's a good move from Behrman, that.
Very sweet indeed. Behrman moves himself up into 13.
Great move.
Here comes Lewis Hamilton.
Here's Hamilton on Max Verstappen. And there's nothing Max can really do.
Drag reduction system as cruises past Max Verstappen like he's out for a bit of a Sunday stroll around the track here. Verstappen just had
Hamilton up into 8th.
zero race control.
Yeah, just having a think about that Ferrari strategy dropped. Looking at how much Verstappen is struggling, looking at how easily Lewis got past, even with a tyre offset. I wonder, are they going to go to the soft in the final stint? Forget the hard tyre, even if you got new ones. And similarly for Esteban Ocon, you know, he's gone early, first stint soft, trying to do a long stint of the medium.
This race group.
Oh, Ocon pitted really early. Oh my goodness me.
So Ocon's got 2 new sets dropping of soft tyres. I wonder whether they're going to go soft, long stint of medium, and then soft.
Doohan is very close to the back of Max.
Sensible thing to do, isn't it? Nobody on hard tyres is exactly moving forward at the moment. Leclerc now just a tenth of a second away from getting DRS behind
Leclerc's very close to the back of Lando Norris. Norris closing in on Russell as well. Should get interesting. Piastri very comfortably out in front.
Right, black and white flags being shown to Isaac Hadjar and to Kimi Antonelli for exceeding track limits. So you get 3 strikes, and then you get shown a black and white flag. And then if you do it again, it's a 5-second penalty.
It is. If you do it after that again, it's a 10-second penalty.
Oh, that's beautiful from Man United. Oh my God, that was beautiful.
And for Kimi Antonelli.
That was gorgeous.
Japan in front, nearly 5 seconds. Oscar Piastri
Hamilton now 5 tenths behind Kimi Antonelli.
so far, and the only laps that's
Oh, he should have took a touch.
he pitted and Ferrari stayed out just that little bit longer.
Great for Piastri's World Championship chances, isn't it? With Verstappen.
That was gorgeous from Xerxes and Bruno.
And Norris
Leclerc now in DRS of Lando Norris and Verstappen. Hamilton now in the DRS of Kimi Antonelli. Here goes Charles Leclerc on Lando Norris. Norris comes back at him. Oh my God! What are we doing here? What are we doing here in the Bahrain Grand Prix? Here comes Leclerc again. Ah, we are in for a race. We're in for a race. What about Hamilton? Gaining on Antonelli.
But Norris at the moment is under pressure for that 3rd place. The offset with the tyres
And Piastri is managing this race from out in front.
For Lando Norris, 6 laps so far on those tyres for Charlotte.
So, and that is a problem. 7 laps a long way around here, and that is where the Ferrari is now hunting down. And as what I was talking about earlier on, though, every time they squabble, it will release Russell and Piastri up the road a bit.
This is the attempt.
And he went for it.
Charles Leclerc.
He went for it.
Just went too deep. He was leaving his braking lane. He was coming at that from a long way out.
Yeah, when he pulled down to the shortest gear, it was the back axle, unfortunately. And but it was a very that's the sort of move you've got to make. You've got to be decisive when you do it. Otherwise, you start tripping over each other.
Some cracking battles going on out there.
Hamilton right on the back of Kimi Antonelli as well.
Antonelli, he knows all about that Mercedes, of course. That's the one Lewis Hamilton sat in with a lot of success for many, many years. Now, of course, he's in a Ferrari.
And
Ferrari, the teammate,
Norris defending.
gaining on Lando Norris again.
We've got 2 battles here.
Back down the straight with DRS. Here comes Lewis Hamilton.
Here comes Hamilton.
Got that DRS assistance. Is Hamilton going to go for this?
He is going to go for it. And here comes Charles Leclerc.
Going to move on there. This, though, is Charles Leclerc making
Where's Norris?
Lando Norris. Hamilton has got past.
Hamilton's got past
Head down
Antonelli. Leclerc past Norris. Ferrari are on a charge.
at exactly the same time.
Yeah, double Ferrari overtake within 4 corners, and I would imagine Charles is sitting there thinking, now I know why they wanted to do this and not go to his Delta program.
To be fair to Ferrari, they've swapped the strategy around. So far, so good. Ted, to you. That was absolutely crucial.
Yeah, Ferrari have nailed the strategy. Absolutely nailed it.
So just to be clear, everyone's tyres are degrading, Crofty. It's just that some less than others. You've got to say, well done to Ferrari. They're keeping their tyres surprisingly in great shape.
Ferrari have absolutely nailed this strategy. Here's the replay of Hamilton on Kimi Antonelli. Fantastic move there from Hamilton.
Up into 7th place on Kimi Antonelli.
It's having a dramatic effect, though, isn't it? It's not just a bit of an offset.
And here is Leclerc's move on Lando.
It's play.
So, as this race unfolds, who's in a really good position? Those that or
Crofty asks who's in a brilliant position at the moment. I think it's got to be Ferrari, hasn't it?
the best way
It's
to
got to be Ferrari.
you have to eke it out a bit longer than you want to.
Yeah, certainly the Ferrari's come alive, hasn't it? Now it's got rid of half its fuel load.
And here comes
Hamilton's
Hamilton on Esteban Ocon.
away from Esteban Ocon.
That'll be an easy move
Don't forget Lewis Hamilton.
for the Ferrari.
High in the sprints when the fuel load wasn't what they use for a Grand Prix, was never headed and looked an imperious form at Shanghai sprint win. His and Ferrari's first ever, and accounting for about a third of Ferrari's points so far in 2025.
Well, they said to us this morning, didn't they? Thought Lewis could get up to P6, but I think he's got a great chance of a P5 or even better than that.
Yeah, Gasly is the next on the road for Lewis Hamilton to try and attack.
We got the ball.
George Russell is the next on the road for Charles Leclerc to attack. All the while, Oscar Piastri out in front is just keeping, I think, a watching.
Piastri is doing a fantastic job out in front.
Charles Leclerc, as is Lewis Hamilton. They're the only three at the moment lapping at the 137th. Lando Norris, have his tyres really started to go off here, Martin. He's lapping at the low 139.
He's losing a lot of time now, but he's got to eke these tyres a bit further as Norris, otherwise he'll be out of kilter again towards the end. But we've got Verstappen in the mid 1 minute 39s and Piastri mid 1 minute 37s.
Oh, Verstappen's 2 seconds a lap slower than Oscar Piastri. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Just looking, Piastri Norris, two teammates, lapping 9/10 of a second difference on the last lap. Piastri's favour, Norris.
And Leclerc is closing in on George Russell here. In comes Max Verstappen for some medium tyres. So he's got to go 30 laps on these. Oh, and the right front won't come off. This is not been a good race for the Red Bull. Max has had a torrid time in that Red Bull. Max is last.
Can't help but imagine Jonathan Wheatley on the Sauber pit wall just glancing back and looking at the pit stop chaos tonight for Red Bull.
Absolutely, he would have been overseeing that this time last year. On that Sauber pit wall as team principal. Both his cars ahead of Max Verstappen currently. Portoletto in 19th.
So yeah, the Ferrari tyres, very fresh, very new.
For a second time.
The pace is good. Leclerc just had fresher tyres. Either of the cars ahead have another major opportunity. Stay with them, mate. Doing well.
Looking at the tyres that Norris has got, two medium tyres that are new, but Leclerc and Hamilton have both used their two new mediums.
So that means that Lando's got a chance to take off. I mean, Lando's served a 5-second penalty and is still only 9.5 off the lead, so net 4.5. So his fundamental pace is okay. He's just struggling at the moment, and a reassuring message there of, look, stick with it because your fresh tyres are going to bring you back into play.
After that pit stop for Verstappen, that's triggered a raft of other drivers coming in. Soft tyres.
Soft for Kimi Antonelli.
On a set of soft tyres, you might not make it to the end, will you, on those?
That's got to be a three-stop.
A 3-stop strategy for Kimi Antonelli.
Esteban Ocon ahead of Antonelli, and there's 4 cars racing towards the first corner here.
Oh my God.
From Stroll, who chops off Antonelli, and Antonelli then gets passed by the racing bull of Liam Lawson.
That was a horrible stop for Antonelli. He's got a lot of work to do to recover that now, and he needs to do it quickly, and he's already straight on to that.
Is that quick enough for you?
Yeah, that just worked out horribly, didn't it, for him down in turn 1.
It worked out brilliantly though for Esteban Ocon as we look again at Max Verstappen.
Oh, Max's poor stop. Oh, that's the first one.
That was the first one, yeah. The light just doesn't go green. And then the second stop, that's Yuki Tsunoda with the blinking yellow light.
Is that an auxiliary light they had down there as well? Somebody was holding a light.
Yeah, see, look, there's that blinking yellow flashing light that they had down for it.
Ted, what do you know down there?
And that's the third stop that we want to focus on. Verstappen's front right, not coming off 10.
Exactly, that was a problem, Crofty. That was a genuine problem. Bring back the man with the lollipop, Crofty. For heaven's sake, this is where automation messes things up. But Pierre Gasly coming into the pits. If you're pitting around now, Gasly puts the hard tyre on. Again, not particularly quick for Alpine, but he screeches away. If you put the hard tyre on now, you might get to the end of the race. But Max, that's a good 4 laps earlier that would normally get you to the end of the race.
So now they're all coming in. Antonelli surely can't go the whole distance on those softs. Surely not. There's got to be a mistake in there somewhere.
Just as long as you stop it from overheating. Bobby Behrman has just gone into the top 10, and he's actually in the on that hard compound tyre. 1:39.0 for him on the last lap. A 1:38.8, who has just actually passed Ollie Behrman and is in 8th place also on the hard compound tyre. He's been running it for 2 laps less. They seem to be the only two enjoying the hard tyre tonight.
Yeah, maybe the balance of their cars a little bit different, a little bit better for them. Verstappen now down in 17th, but starting to make up ground.
Sainz is close on Yuki.
29 laps.
Now, let's have a look. Trying to see.
Is that a warning light?
Right red light. I can't quite see enough into the cockpit. We'll go back to that and Karun will have a look at Sky Race Control. We've got James Bowles with us on the pit wall for Williams. We expected a difference of strategic opinion tonight, James. That's what we're getting. Where do you think you stand? Nice and where you want to be at the moment?
I don't think we're definitely offset, so we made a big offset at the first stint. You'll see in a second, I'm sure Carlos will get through Sonoda, but there we go. So we've got a little bit more pace now. There's a long stint they want us to stop, 29 laps on a hard tyre, which isn't working brilliantly. But
God, Newcastle have almost scored. Jesus.
2 cars up 7th and 8th at the moment, James. We're struggling up in the comedy box to work out whether the hard tyre is a good tyre or not. It seems to be quite variable through the pack.
I prefer we weren't running it. How's that?
That's the answer.
And you've got to run it for a bit longer. 2-stop strategy. Have you thought about a 3rd stop or not? Looks like Mercedes with Antonelli are doing that.
Yeah, no, I don't think that'll work out for us. Let's see how it goes on for Antonelli. He's got quite a few strikes as well, so it's quite hard pushing him a 3-stop. No, I think 2's the way forward for pretty much the whole grid.
This is Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, he's gone quite deep there. And through goes Sainz. This is... Ooh. Oh. Sainz was coming past and... oh, and they were sliding towards each other's contact. There's a hole in that Williams. Oh, Newcastle scored.
Yeah, coming off and that, you lose that huge amount of downforce there. And it all looked like it was all Williams, didn't it? Yeah, confetti, confetti out there. But Russell's done a personal best, actually, so obviously we're getting to enjoy the tyres a little bit more, but yeah, there's such an advantage over him out front, 6 points in a second. As you can see, Leclerc and Norris have stabilised a little bit.
Just wondering if some of that debris is far enough onto the track to be on the racing line a little bit. It might be worth warning your driver if you're a race engineer. There's some debris there, but
Absolutely, you've
yeah,
got
here as well.
a lot of stuff down there, and then more up into turn 4 as well. And that'll rip a tyre, those people. Let's see what they're in. I think the stuff that came off going up to turn 4 looks like it's on the side of the racetrack. It's a tough call for the race director. I don't think it's a slam dunk, look, this debris is dangerous, but we'll be looking at it very carefully in turn 2.
Well, finally, Antonelli creeps up to the back of Ocon.
Yuki Tsunoda still chasing after Carlos Sainz after being overtaken, and now has Alex Albon right behind him. Karun Chandler could race control. Did you manage to get a look at Lando Norris's red lights?
I did, but I can't really tell what it is. It was all a bit fuzzy, to be honest, on the camera angle. But I could tell, I saw it go off. So, you know, whatever it was, it's clearly not a concerning car.
Fair enough. 2 seconds behind Charles Leclerc at the moment in 4th place.
This is a tremendous drive with Gasly out front. He's really in control.
Oscar's absolutely dominated this race.
4 or 5 corners before he gets near anybody to catch them up. So Gasly is just acing it, and every so often he just nicks a half second here, a half second there, and that's why he's built such a lovely lead. And a cushion, he can afford to pit 2 laps after another driver now, still stay out front.
Carlos Sainz just moving around, trying to break the toe behind them.
Oh! And they contact.
Gasly on Ollie Behrman, and he makes his way up into 9th place. Debut looks to have moved away down at turn 1, to be fair.
I think Tsunoda got away with it, but his front wing definitely hit the right rear tyre of the Williams.
Yeah, and Carlos Sainz has actually asked the team to have a check here, as he thinks that a fair few chunks came off his car. But he would quite like them to look at. In the background, you saw Max Verstappen.
Safety car.
Safety car.
Safety car. Full course caution. Safety car. This spices things up a little bit, doesn't it?
You lose 23, 24 seconds.
Wow, okay.
Racing conditions. That drops down under a safety car to round about 14 seconds. So if you need to come in soon, now's a good time to do it.
Box opposite Piastri, I think. Oh, no, probably not.
Lane as well. That couldn't have been better. He'd have just going past the pits would hurt him a lot. So that works out brilliantly for him. But it's the full safety car. It's not the virtual safety car. They don't all hold station. They will now close up under the crocodile. But I don't think this safety car is going to be out very long.
No, and that's why the timing of the first four has really played into their hands. Because look, Russell's coming in, Leclerc's coming in, Norris coming in too. Soft tyres going on the Mercedes. Oh, George Russell.
Softs onto the Mercedes.
When we restart, he's going to get a bit racing.
So
Yeah, but
George has gone for the softs. George is going for it. George is going for it.
it's not working. You never know. Piastri's gone onto the medium. Has Leclerc gone onto the hard tyre?
What?
This
No, surely not.
Ferraris, we think, on hard tyres. Yeah.
Ferrari on hards? Are you mad?
Just locking up.
Oh, Brev.
Two. It's a cheap pit stop 10, and they're all piling into the
In comes Tsunoda, Gasly.
You had to stop. The only one that's going to be Kimi Antonelli, and even then I think he's stopping again. Yes, he is stopping again. So that
Antonelli stopping again.
also onto the soft tyre, Kimi Antonelli, but Max, I haven't seen Max. Rossi,
Verstappen didn't pit, moves up into 8th.
so he's got to do that to take. Oh, that's a really slow stop for Lance Stroll there.
Wow, so that spices this race up quite a lot.
Yeah, he'd only been on his tyres for 6 laps. That's why he stayed out. Antonelli on the soft tyre. If they can make that work, absolutely brilliant. They were on lap 33 of 57.
Indeed, but I tell you what, Norris, this works beautifully for Norris with his fresh, medium, compound tyres.
Norris is going to have a field day here.
And all gaps.
But Russell is going for it.
Great job with the stops, guys. Great job.
Hamilton up into
Hamilton happy.
And of course, any the gap. So Lando was about 10 seconds behind. That will get completely erased when they get picked up by the safety car. Had Piastri have been a few hundred metres further down track and just missed, and I'm sure McLaren would have been on that, wondering if there was going to be a safety car. Could have been a virtual safety car when they slow. If they want to go out on track and clear up a lot of debris, you've got to have the full safety car. You've got to have the pack somewhere else.
and this is where the debris came from. First big hit, Yuki Tsunoda's wing into the rear of Carlos Sainz's Williams.
Oh, and that's Yuki on Sainz. He goes over the curb and he clobbers Sainz's rear.
Side of the Williams takes a big bite out of it.
Thought that the debris had been cleared up just a little bit, but it's just there lurking in the background as a tap there from the racing bull of Liam Lawson onto the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll.
So a big chunk of carbon fibre like that with sharp edges can cut a tyre, can flick up at another driver, flick up at somebody working on the marshal's post, or
Oh, Man United.
unlikely, but you know, can make it as far as scratch.
So, Ferrari have gone to the hards for whatever reason.
I'm not surprised to see that set.
Ferrari have gone to hards for whatever reason. I would not be surprised if Verstappen comes through here. Up to 5th on Hamilton. I would not be surprised.
Noted Yuki Tsunoda causing
He's on old mediums actually. Oh, he hasn't pit again.
a clever bunch of people who often, Martin, find the same clever way to run the fastest race.
24 laps on a soft, it is pretty audacious.
Yeah.
And for today, we'll come up with a different way of running this. Piastri on the medium, Russell on the audacious soft, Leclerc on the hard, Norris
We've got major split strategy, so whatever happens.
Verstappen on the medium. Chances are he might have to pit again, or he's going to suffer some pretty severe degradation towards the end.
But Russell's going to send it, just make it exciting on this first lap.
They did the same with Antonelli, didn't they? Put him onto the soft tyres as well. So surely right now you want to be McLaren are sitting there pretty on medium compound tyres that you would expect to be able to do the remaining distance in this race. Have we seen people on track clearing this debris away yet?
I haven't. I'll tell you what, I'll look out the window whilst we go to Karun Chandler.
Yeah, Coffee, nice bit of radio there, because Russell got the message back. The follow-on from that communication was they told him other people are struggling with a hard tyre, it's not been a great tyre. McLaren then told Lando Norris, Will Joseph told Lando Norris, Russell's already worried about doing the full distance on the soft. Lando replied, don't know what he's worried about, it's been mega.
Russell's already worried about the soft finishing of the stint.
Yeah, I don't think he should be. I mean, the soft was mega. I think it's a good tyres.
Lando's not worried about Russell being on the softs, but that's easy for McLaren to say.
The pre-season test. Right, I am told the track has been cleared.
Safety car should be in this lap, I'd imagine.
Do this restart. George Russell is going to want to get really racy behind Oscar Piastri.
Russell's going to want to get in front of Piastri ASAP.
I have no idea, Martin, who is going to go into turn 1 ahead, and even less idea who's going to go into turn 2 ahead.
Well, judging by the mix of tyres that's out there at the moment, I'm not sure anybody's entirely sure what the right thing to do is. There's Ben, I spoke to him on the grid. It's only a 20% chance we were going to see him, and here he is.
There's only ever been 4 safety car periods this late in the race in the history of the Bahrain Grand Prix. We have got this safety car restart. So Oscar Piastri has done everything superbly well so far tonight. We know he can survive a safety car restart, but this is going to be a real test.
Yeah, he's got to back the pack up, and then he really needs to sort of take off. He needs to take off in an unusual place, really, and just try to catch George Russell sleeping a bit.
It's new mediums for Piastri against used soft tyres for Russell, which might bring that tyre offset a bit closer together. Lewis Hamilton has his cheerleaders in the stands.
Hamilton's had a good race. Ferrari have had a good race. I will give credit to Ferrari where credit is due.
So the safety car kept its lights on quite a long time, so they've only really been released effectively 2 corners from home with a decent straight down there. But Piastri's options are limited now as to when he's going to go, but he doesn't want to be towing George Russell all the way down the pit straight. He could even go towards the end.
He's gone.
Right at the end of the lap.
I think he's gone down, Martin.
He's gone early.
He's gone early, and Lando Norris has gone with Charles Leclerc.
And they're all following each other for slipstream. Here comes George Russell.
Very good restart for Oscar Piastri.
And Hamilton's getting involved.
Norris here as well. Russell in second. Charles
Hamilton goes around the outside.
side of his teammate and getting past Lando Norris. There comes Oscar Piastri, then George Russell, and then we have Charles Leclerc with Lewis Hamilton ahead of Norris, who just got a bit boxed in, I think, behind the Ferrari after initially making a really, really good getaway when we had the restart.
And Norris is back through.
Back around the outside, and where he was on track limits, you'll have a check, because Norris very wide through the exit of turn 4, retakes that position immediately.
So Piastri survives for the time being. No further investigation. Sonoda and sights for that collision. And Antonelli on the soft tyre gets past.
Lando passed me off track, says Hamilton.
Saying that Lando passed me, going off the track, then going off the track. That looked like Kimi Antonelli and Alex Albon as we see the replay here of Lando Norris and Hamilton down into turn 1.
That was a good move from Hamilton.
Found a nice gap opening there to slot in behind his teammate.
Lewis gave him all the space he possibly could on the inside to trip over each other, and then just got on the throttle. And if Lando's gone off the track here, he wants to give that place back right now.
Oh, when he did, yeah. He did go off the track with Lando Norris.
The blue line, we can't see from on board. You need to be off board to check that. If he's got to give that place back. He wants to do it now.
Carlos Sainz picks up a place on Kimi Antonelli.
And DRS will now be enabled. George Russell.
Before we went to the replays and give back the position is the instruction from McLaren to Lando Norris, who we lost him last year, didn't give back the position where he overtook Max Verstappen off the track, and this time around I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and he wants to let Lewis through pretty quickly so that he doesn't get caught up with Gasly and off the line. So that's been done. And this then, what he really needed to do was let him through when he got a bit of DRS coming his way. So that should have happened earlier, really. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Come on, United. Yes! Garnacho! Garnacho! Come on! Sorry. DRS enabled. What happened with Antonelli and Albon? Albon locking up, sending out Antonelli wide. Antonelli avoiding a collision.
Locking up his brakes, Sainz was coming through, come what may.
Russell still showing just about in DRS on Piastri, but Piastri with a great opening lap.
I think that on this lap, I think he's eked out even more time to get rid of that DRS threat.
Yeah, Russell needs to power on with those softs.
DRS behind Lewis Hamilton will be hoping to use that extra 16 kilometres an hour to get past the Ferrari on this main straight.
But Russell, what's happened to Russell?
George Russell, something going wrong with his transponder.
Yeah, the transponder's gone for Russell. And here comes Lando Norris on Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton will defend. Here comes Max Verstappen.
There's Verstappen ahead of Ollie Fairman. Verstappen down up and now in 6th place. He stayed out.
Lando is fighting. I think Hamilton will fight this. Yeah.
This time getting past on the track and on the white line. Lewis Hamilton up into 3rd.
Norris is now 5 seconds from the lead.
Seconds off the lead. Now he needs to get on with it. This is where he needs to use those fresh medium compact tyres. 2nd place has got to be available for Norris if he can now drive the race, the rest of the race of his life.
Piastri is absolutely storming ahead, out in front, a second clear of George, gone a second faster than George Russell on that last lap. Russell is still in 2nd place. There's definitely something wrong with his transponder because he's gone from 2nd and 9th and back up to 2nd about 5 times in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, it's obviously only picking him up at certain points of the racetrack, isn't it? But he is there, George, but out of DRS at the moment. So Piastri once again commanding this. His tyre sucks. That seems to be the general consensus of the hard compound tyre, doesn't it?
I don't know if he's going to get driver of the day today, but tyre of the day is not going to the C1.
And yeah, so Piastri controlling out in front. Russell hasn't been able to make the most of those soft tyres. Hamilton still in the DRS of Lando Norris. A lot of battles going on in the midfield. Oh! Ooh!
A bit later on the brakes, almost managing to get past the Red Bull, and how they all did concertina into each other like some sort of accordion, I do not know.
Brilliant racing going on. Here comes Albon. Oh my god! The Haas pulled out late. On through goes Antonelli.
Down the hill on Alex Albon through the snaky lefts and rights. Antonelli finds grip to get past the Williams and move himself up. Kimi Antonelli into 12th place.
Oh,
He's got the soft tyres on as well, and using those to great effect. Yuki Tsunoda struggling just a little bit compared, I think, to those behind him. And this holding them up, allowing some overtaking to go on behind the Red Bull of Tsunoda, who's currently in the last points position in 10th.
Norris was 55 seconds off 2nd place there with Russell, but found a half second in the previous lap. And we've got to assume that Russell, well, let's see if those soft tyres do start complaining towards the end. And remember, of course, they're getting through their fuel load as well now.
Yeah, the audacious strategy, said George Russell. No worries, no complaints at all, said Lando Norris. He quite likes those soft tyres. Karoo.
Antonelli's really been screwed over by the strategy.
He
by the safety car. So you got a feel for him.
After that pit stop, Charles Leclerc didn't want to go to the medium tyre. We thought, speculated, he wanted to go to the hard then. If Ferrari thought the hard tyre wasn't good then, why have they thought it's good now? Why haven't they gone to the soft like Mercedes have done with Russell?
Track temperature hasn't changed. Is it about fuel, Martin? Less fuel on board is going to degrade that tyre a little bit less, and therefore it might come into its own?
I don't know. I think.
I want a steak.
Like George, the soft tyre to the end of the race is, what's his word? Audacious.
Yeah. Almost an audacious move capture on Bortoleto on Carlos Sainz. Bortoleto currently
Is
down in the lead. This is Antonelli.
Kimi Antonelli on Alex Albon.
His party piece, hasn't it, is taken a cut underneath at turn 4. I was saying earlier on, I didn't get a chance to finish, but what a wonderful grid we've got. You've got teenagers like Antonelli, you've got old hands like Hamilton and Alonso, and in the middle, some hugely experienced 20-somethings. And it's a lovely mixture of drivers on the grid.
I promise you this is not a replay, this is live. As it stands at the moment, I say replay on the screen, but it's not. The Aston leads from Russell. They just crossed the line to complete lap 40. 1.8 seconds the gap. Charles Leclerc running in third, Lando Norris behind him. Then comes Lewis Hamilton in fifth. Pierre Gasly, you can just see in your screen now, sixth. Verstappen behind him in seventh. Esteban Ocon eighth. Then comes Jack Doohan in ninth. And Yuki Tsunoda close to him in 10th. Ollie Behrman under braking, getting close to Tsunoda once again in 11th. Then comes Kimi Antonelli. Behind these, Albon in 13th, Sainz 14th, Hulkenberg 15th, Lawson 16th, then Hadjar 17th, Alonso 18th, Stroll 19th, and Bortoleto from last in 20th. And for the second week running, we look like we're going to get a Grand Prix with no retirements whatsoever.
16, 17 laps to go, including this one at the moment. Safety car infringement has been noted for Lawson, and it's a 5-second time penalty for Liam Lawson, causing a collision.
Lawson 5 penalty collision.
We see the tap that was given to Lance Stroll, didn't we? Down at turn 1, so another penalty being dished out. And Ollie Behrman's family looking on and cheering on their man. His brother, fine F4 racer over the years, is here this weekend too.
Right. Hamilton saying the car won't turn. Right, great.
That we've lost the timing tower to let you know where all the cars currently are on the track.
Yeah, engineers who think in zeros and ones cannot understand when you say the car won't turn. Clearly will, because you keep.
Oh, there we go. We got the race classification. Right, so 1.8 from Russell to Piastri. Leclerc is back. Norris is back a few seconds. Hamilton.
Yeah, so we've had automated traffic light, pit stop traffic light systems going on the Prix today, and now we've got, actually, as the timing come back, I was just about to say that the FIA keep an optical system, so the integrity of the timing in the Grand Prix will make sure that it's all, Russell keeps that place in P2, but I think Russell started to come back.
Here come United again.
So I was about to tell you that all the gaps are the same. Let's get
Oh,
some
for God's sake.
like we
Oh!
used to have in the old days. I'll stop. Come back.
You do your best, Ted.
I'll fax it to you, Martin, and
Yes, I'm just picturing Lady Helen Stewart with 6 stopwatches on a board or something, sitting on the in the pit garage.
Liam Lawson down the inside on the Sauber.
Oh, Liam Lawson on the inside of the Sauber.
I wonder if that is what he got the 5-second penalty for, not the incident with Lance Stroll.
It's a good shot from Garnacho.
Second penalty coming his way. It's just going to compound his misery a bit. You might actually see him finish last because they're all a bit nip and tuck, 15 down to 20th. Out in front at the end of lap 41, the start of lap 42, there was a 2-second gap between Piastri and Russell. Charles Leclerc in third and losing a little bit of pace to both Russell and Piastri, but only by a tenth of a second.
Tsunoda's in the points. So is Doohan. So is Tsunoda. Tsunoda is in the DRS of Doohan.
And let's talk about Haas. What a great race car they had. You've got Esteban Ocon up Ollie Berman just out of the points in 11th at the moment. So their race, their strategy and their car has been very solid so far.
And there's still a long way to go here. He doesn't want to see much more understeer coming out of turn 3, but Jack Doohan on for his first points in Formula 1, and Yuki Tsunoda on for his first points as a Red Bull driver in Formula 1 rather than the Racing Bulls, AlphaTauri, Toro Rosso, call it what you wish. But there's still a long way to go, and because of that safety car, we had a few laps to go, they're all pretty close together.
Norris getting quite close then to the DRS range of Leclerc in third.
There's a DRS zone going on. A DRS train, should I say.
He could do with slingshotting down there. He wants to get on in touch with Russell. Russell's tyres showing no sign yet of degrading. He's matching Piastri's pace out front.
Antonelli lost a lot of track position by stopping 5 laps before the safety car and then stopping again during the safety car, and that's why he's currently...
Yeah, Antonelli's he's been quite unlucky with the safety car, really, as Kimi Antonelli. He's having a really good race. He is. Norris is in DRS as Charles Leclerc now. Half time for Man United and Newcastle.
Carlos Sainz has got a 10-second penalty for that move down at turn 10 on Kimi Antonelli, forcing another driver off the track. He steamed in, locked up, and the steward said no, that was a little bit too much.
So yeah, Carlos Sainz has now got a...
So Sainz ended up going completely off the track. So it wasn't just a restart bump. It was he wasn't anywhere near in control of his car, as he never quite made the corner himself. That's why he's had a 10-second.
Here comes the DRS-assisted Lando Norris in the McLaren. Charles Leclerc trying to eke out those hard compound tyres to the end of this race, and a tyre that has not been favoured really by anyone so far this evening. Out in front, Norris's teammate Oscar Piastri continues to lead, and the gap at the end of lap 43 was about 2.5 seconds as George Russell and those soft compound tyres start to lose a bit of performance compared to the man in front and the 2 men that are very close to him behind.
Antonelli just had another lap time deleted. Wasn't he on a black and white flag already?
On a black and white flag, you're right. So that could be another penalty. And this time of
That could be a penalty for Antonelli.
Stewart's have been quite busy here tonight.
Sainz has had an awful race.
Again, the McLaren Norris didn't seem to release off that turn 1 as well as it needs to.
So, George, we have an issue affecting DRS. It's a timing issue only. I can give you a default to override it. Yeah, once we do it, you have to wait until I tell you can use DRS.
We have to wait to do a few laps to get within a second of Oscar Piastri as well, which might be George Russell's first.
Oh, Sainz has gone deep.
Right, that was Carlos Sainz getting involved with the Racing Bulls.
Oh, what is going on with Sainz, man?
By Fernando Alonso behind him. He's got a 10-second penalty for forcing another driver off of the track, but it's not at that particular moment.
Oh, he's got a fat hole in the side of that Williams. Jesus.
A massive hole in his side pods.
And that's all the bits that caused the safety car, isn't it?
Absolutely is. Norris still gaining on Charles Leclerc.
You get the feeling that Norris will be coming through here.
Norris can get past Charles Leclerc, then George Russell is vulnerable a bit further up the road. The McLaren could yet get a 1-2 tonight.
Absolutely. I said that a while ago. The second place is on there for Norris on the track. He's got to get the overtakes done. And the Ferrari of Leclerc is using his battery well in defence. And
Ooh, Charles gone defensive. Norris is locked up. There's been a mistake there. Yuki gets past Jack Doohan.
he needed a lovely, neat, tidy exit there, and he'd had a chance at the top of the hill, but he lives for another lap.
results from Carlos Sainz, but we don't know.
Yeah, and we just saw Leclerc getting a little bit deep into turn 8 as well, put Norris back on his tail quite quickly.
So this is the move into turn 1. Just for a moment, he thought that.
Oh yeah,
he was slightly unsighted there. He was unsighted there, and Leclerc very close to moving in the braking zone.
That man there is 40 years young tomorrow. He was staying at our hotel and stopped for a chat about Lando Norris today. Happy birthday to him. Carlos Sainz is going to.
Yep, Sainz going to retire the car. He's got a giant hole in the side of the car.
Sainz Senior was 63 yesterday, not the day that Williams thought he'd be having as well. After an excellent effort in qualifying to start 8.
Tough old start to this career with Williams, hasn't it, for Carlos Sainz? Big hole in the zone. You can see where they stack the radiators up, and it's got more debris that could come off that yet as well.
Yes.
Well, it's pretty well today. Okay, just that car's far too damaged. Thank you for that. We'll go back stronger. Thanks, mate.
With Tsunoda, wasn't it?
It was with Tsunoda, and I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about that after the race, which continues on.
Yuki Tsunoda, Doohan's dropped back. Doohan is dropped all the way out the points, and he's going to be overtaken by Albon here as well. Here goes Alex Albon, diving down the inside.
Williams remaining of Alex Albon trying to make a move into turn 1 as well, and making it very nicely. We can see back there ahead of Jack Doohan. So he's got fast enough into 12, and Doohan I think starting to struggle on his hard compound tyre. Which just hasn't got the pace of those around it. Out in front.
Can Antonelli get into the points? Behrman into the points now.
Start of lap 47 between Piastri and Russell. Leclerc under pressure from Lando Norris and surviving that pressure so far. And Norris causing himself no end of trouble by looking up going into turn 1. Lewis Hamilton running a lonely race in P5 now with Pierre Gasly behind him. Max Verstappen running in 7th ahead of Esteban Ocon, and then Tsunoda and Behrman with Antonelli right on their tail.
10 laps to go.
Is headed off to interview the top 3 at the end of this race, and I just looked at him and said, who do you think you're going to chat to? No idea, he said, as he walked off from the commentary box.
Well, Piastri's just looking supremely under control, isn't he? And Norris wants to get back in DRS to Leclerc then, but Piastri's got it all covered on any eventuality, and has tremendous pace from his pole position. But I think you're right, if Norris does get past Leclerc, he might just have a late run.
Albon's past Doohan.
Use the drink. I wonder if I was working. 10 laps to go, 10 laps.
Yeah, nearly finished, then we'll give you a drink. Black and white flag for Jack Doohan for track limits.
Doohan's just capitulated.
Antonelli has been shown, well, we know he's been shown a black and white flag. We think he's had a lap time deleted since then, and that might be a 5-second penalty coming his way if that's the case.
That's what's showing at the moment, but unfortunately there's been so many of those that they disappear off our screen here, don't they?
Yeah.
So we can't backtrack and see and count up how many track limit infringements the drivers have had.
We talk about Oscar Piastri's storming race here. I've got to say that George Russell is producing a pretty decent race in himself in 2nd place. He should have been on the front row and lost a place after qualifying. He was basically instructed to come out of the garage too early. Team decision, and the driver, Russell and Antonelli, both paying for it in qualifying, but he's made up for that tonight with a really super race and trying to go to the end of this race on a set of soft tyres and doing a super job currently because he's keeping a big distance away from this battle, and I'm going to keep an eye on this because
Here comes Norris.
closer, and this time doesn't lock up going into turn 1. So this time, can he get better traction than Leclerc and pick up the slipstream and use his DRS on the shorter run towards turn 4 and make a move here? And look at the speed difference between the Ferrari ahead of the McLaren. Norris trying
Oh, when it's close. Oh, when Leclerc does force Norris off the track.
Leclerc didn't have to give him room 'cause he wasn't alongside.
Yeah, Lando's racecraft tonight has certainly not been his finest, has it? He's sort of lost out. He really got bundled out, didn't he, on the safety car restart? But it just won't fall for him.
Needs to pass Charles Leclerc in order to stay ahead in the Drivers' Championship. he's not going to worry about for the first part of the season anyway, but he's not listening to what we're saying at the moment. And as it stands, Piastri will be the championship leader at the end of this race if Norris can't get past Charles Leclerc. And the last Australian to lead the championship was back in 2010, Mark Webber, who happens to be Oscar Piastri's manager, and will be the first, I'm sure, to rush up to give him a hug.
You could just see the back end of the McLaren squirreling around there. He's decided to go the long way round rather than charge up the inside.
It just felt, yeah, it was very clear in Chris Joel. I was all the way on the outside, like fully alongside him. The apex. I was like wheels to wheels, front wheels to front wheels.
Well, here we go again. Lando Norris has got the DRS.
He's got to lunge him, isn't he?
He's going to have to try. Did you see anything wrong up at turn 4?
It looked completely different from the driver's camera to how it did off board, but apparently Leclerc hasn't got DRS available, not that he's in DRS range of Russell at the moment. But what Lando's saying is he didn't give him racing space on the outside, which of course is why Lando had to give the place back to Lewis earlier on in the Grand Prix.
Absolutely. DRS issues affecting a few here.
George, there is a chance we lose the dash. Just keep driving as normal if that happens.
Fernando Alonso, who had that problem in practice in FP2, the steering wheel did come off.
Lawson and Hulkenberg noted.
So if everything goes blank, don't worry, George, just keep on driving the way you are and you'll be alright to the end. But I wonder why we're having so many issues this weekend. Oh, big DRS, there was Liam Lawson, his DRS wasn't working in qualifying as well, and with the dashboards as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a lot of the serrated curves they're using that they're allowed to run. It does put a frequency through the car. Verstappen, although he's got a track limits on this lap, is getting within very close to DRS now. Pierre Gasly as well. They're scrapping over 6 and 7.
Here comes Lando Norris once again on Charles Leclerc.
Here comes Lando.
200 miles an hour. Is there enough assistance for Norris? Not on this occasion. The overtake button used to defend by Charles Leclerc, and extra electrical energy that he can use down the straights to keep him ahead and offset that DRS advantage of Norris, who's coming at him again, but not fast enough.
Yeah, Norris seems to have been sort of suspended animation as he tries to get out of turn 1 for some reason, and he loses out.
Leclerc just dipped a wheel into the gravel, I think, there. That's going to gain Lando Norris a couple of tenths. And look how close they are.
Oh, Lando's close. Piastri is fully extended now.
So is there a lunge coming up? Maybe into this corner here where we've seen lunges in the past, but not on this occasion.
He's definitely got to go down the inside of 1 or 4 to get the move done. If he can get close enough down there, he's going to have to take to the inside and claim the corner, because otherwise Leclerc is making that Ferrari extremely wide.
Meanwhile, let's give you some updates on where the close back
Oh, we got the F1 popping up on the football on Sky Sports Premier League. Yeah, I've got both on.
as well as Antonelli. Yuki Tsunoda is in DRS and Esteban Ocon in the battle for 8th place, and Lando Norris.
If Yuki can get one place within Max, that would be absolutely brilliant from Yuki. Because as we know, it's been a difficult time in that second Red Bull seat.
George Russell's in trouble. And for a moment, I thought Charles Leclerc could be in trouble there because Norris was closer, and he has been.
Ooh.
Now coming out of turn 2.
Norris is closer.
Now he's got a much better chance. He's going to have to go to the inside, surely.
So Leclerc goes to the inside to try and cover him off, and they almost touch at the top of the hill.
Oh, is he gonna go deep? Oh,
Just hasn't got the grip to try and live with the McLaren, and he went the long way.
good move from Lando.
A long time to do it, but finally, Lando Norris is up in the third.
No, that was lovely racecraft from Lando Norris. Got it done.
DRS infringement.
It sounds like George Russell is beginning to struggle with control systems.
Yeah, he opened the DRS about 2 laps ago, and I was told that by accident. We'll just see a replay of this once again.
In the middle of the corner, Lando just throttled on and bounced around the outside. That was lovely.
So George Minot's been told not to use DRS and he accidentally opened it at a moment that he shouldn't do. Now that could be a penalty coming George Russell's way, and that might help Lando Norris, who desperately needs to try and make an inroad on George Russell's advantage here, because all the while he's held up behind Charles Leclerc and to allow George Russell a bit of breathing space. You said that Pierre Gasly was under pressure from Max Verstappen. We can see that on our screens very much. This is a battle for 6th place.
Yeah, he opened the DRS, and they were telling him earlier on, weren't they, that there was an issue with the DRS. So clearly Russell's Mercedes is gradually.
Verstappen's had 2 strikes for the current limits now. He's getting frustrated. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, George Russell is. It's going to be after the race, the DRS infringement. So we won't know about that. But if you use it outside of the DRS zones, or you're not within a second of the car in front, and he clearly isn't because he's 9 seconds away, then that's a problem for the Mercedes team.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc has been told he has no DRS either. He has an issue with his, and that has not helped him keep tabs with Lando Norris, who's just
Yeah, Charles not got any DRS.
off into the distance there. So Leclerc's having a sell for 4th at the moment with his teammate Lewis Hamilton behind him in 5th. We were watching the battle, weren't we, between Gasly and Verstappen. Verstappen's teammate Tsunoda is in a right old battle going on here. Ocon ahead of Tsunoda, ahead of Behrman, ahead of Antonelli, ahead of Albon, and Antonelli's been on the radio saying Behrman keeps moving under braking, he shouldn't do that. And there's another black and white flag, Martin.
Yeah, for Lando Norris this time, that's it. That's his final warning. He's got to now keep it within track limits.
Lando, we've had our 3rd strike track limits. Black, white flag. No more track limits.
No more track limits.
Tonight for a false start, so he doesn't want to compound that and undo all his good work. He's up into 3rd. Question is, can he get anywhere nearer George Russell?
He's nearly into Russell's DRS now. If only Russell was registering going around the track, we could see what his sector times were. But it's surely all part of the same problem, isn't it? Russell's car with gremlins and not registering. He's registering a lap time, but not sector times.
And Ted, down to you.
I've got Russell at 1.007 seconds, so another 7,000 of a second, and Norris will be within the DRS range of George Russell. Just while you do that, bear in mind that this is fight for 10th between Behrman and Antonelli. What a drive from Ollie Behrman. I know Antonelli.
Ollie Behrman's had a fantastic drive.
So Russell will be investigated potentially for using DRS when he couldn't. So let's try and target 5 seconds lead.
It's true that Russell might get away with it. DRS has been really wonky, hasn't it, with Russell? But Behrman, bear in mind, Crosby, from the last place he's in the grid, from 20th on the grid, potentially scoring points made 10th.
Oh, it's been fantastic from Liam Lawson, meanwhile, might yet end this race at 20th on the grid. He's just picked up a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision.
It's the second one, isn't it?
Lawson's got another time penalty.
So many penalties tonight, but the latest is quite a whopper for Liam Lawson there. He's down in 13th, but he's not going to finish that way during the race. On board with Max Verstappen, who did not like the hard tyre one little bit. They saved 2 sets of hard tyres for the race, and it might not have been the right way to go. Look, George Russell looms into view on your timing screen.
But Norris now well within DRS of George Russell, took 2/10 out of him on the previous lap, and Ferraris are now pretty much settled in, and there is the fight in front of your very eyes.
It would have been nice to have seen what George Russell, the gap to Lando Norris, and the gap that Lando Norris is trying to drive into, and now we can. Towards turn 4, DRS assisted, Lando Norris gets closer. Few car lengths behind though, and he's got 2 and a bit laps to try and get this overtake done. And Russell with a potential 5-second penalty in this race for a DRS infringement, opening it when he shouldn't, which would be a real shame if he gets a penalty here, because he's in a super
It
race.
has done, but I can't see how they can't give him a penalty for if the DRS was used out of the DRS zone. It's a sporting advantage, isn't it?
Here comes Lando Norris.
We can only use DRS when we're 100% sure we're within it.
Right, so there's obviously, that's an interesting message. Maybe there's a general DRS gremlin then, because Leclerc hasn't got it either.
Yeah.
So that might Yeah, all right. There's a lot of gremlins going on down there.
It could be to do with George Russell's transponder.
Yeah.
If that's on the blink, then McLaren can't be sure exactly where he is. But I tell you what, Martin, you've seen a few DRS overtakes in the past. He's within a second here, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So, here we go. Russell then ahead into the pit straight, but will open the rear wing of the McLaren. And watch it, Russell will go hard to the inside. He senses he's about to be overtaken, but he is well judged. He thought he's not close enough. He needs a really neat and tidy exit. They both need a tidy exit out of here. The two young Brits fighting over second place.
Yeah, better for Russell to concentrate on the exit of the corner rather than defence. He's going to try and force Lando Norris to the inside there. Norris was having none of it on that occasion.
2 laps to go, including this one.
And out in front, Oscar Piastri has got this race absolutely sewn up. It could be a McLaren win for the first time here in Bahrain. It could be a McLaren 1-2. And they're all keeping their fingers crossed. Those in Papaya with the Bahraini Wealth Fund, the major investors in this team, the Bahraini Wealth Fund who celebrated the championship victory last season and turns Bahrain Papaya. They might be doing the same thing again tonight if it could be a 1-2. But George Russell is doing a sterling job to make sure that doesn't happen. You can see how he's struggling on those soft tyres. Don't forget, those soft tyres have done 23 laps for George Russell. He said it was audacious. The tyre whisperer is producing an absolute stunner of a final stint here.
Yeah, all the tyres have worked in towards the end, haven't they? So Verstappen's now at his final track limits warning. We go into the final lap. It's been Piastri's been in a class of 1 out front all night. Who is going to finish second?
So this is the big chance for Lando Norris into turn 1, chasing behind George Russell as they start their final lap. Could it be a McLaren 1-2? Russell goes to the inside. Norris tries to force his way around the outside.
Ooh.
Go wheel to wheel and they almost touch. And Norris has to back out.
He does, but that's now put him out of kilter, put him out of position for the DRS drag race.
It's good defending from Russell.
Wheel-to-wheel contact and his best 2 opportunities out of the way. It'll be really difficult to get it done from here.
He started 6th. He might be fairly happy with a 3rd place finish and he will hang on to that championship lead, but it could have been a 2nd. And he got past Charles Leclerc a little earlier. Had he been able to get past George Russell, but there's still chances, there's still opportunities because we haven't finished yet. Although Russell seems to have it covered off. Turn 9 into 10. While this is going on, Oscar Piastri is making his way up towards the highest part of the track and has got now just 2 more corners to go before he can claim victory.
Who the fuck is there, man?
And not enough to get past George Russell. We went into this race with 4 different pole sitters, 4 different winners here in 2025. Piastri and the lights on Saturday night was the first repeat pole sitter in 2025. He's the first repeat winner as well. The checkered flag is his. Oscar Piastri wins the Bahrain Grand Prix and gives McLaren their first ever victory here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. George Russell started 1 place behind the front row after a penalty, finishes 1 place above the front row. It's 2nd place for him and a super drive at the end. And Lando Norris made up places at the Grand Prix, but he couldn't quite make it.
Antonelli chasing Behrman.
Charles Leclerc hangs on for 4th place ahead of his teammate Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari 4 and 5, but they're still racing elsewhere. Verstappen ahead of Gasly on the line. Verstappen gets Gasly on the final lap of this race. Esteban Ocon ahead of Tsunoda, ahead of Behrman, ahead of Antonelli. Luca de Montezemolo waves the checkered flag as 2 Haas cars powered by Ferrari and 2 Ferrari cars powered by Ferrari finish in the points. Ollie Behrman going from last on the grid to finish in 10th. What an effort from him. Holding off Antonelli and Albon doing Hulkenberg.
Good race. Good race.